Lumos.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Centauro! Meu Deus! Trasgo! Dragão Lamartine! Arpel! Meu Deus do céu! Meu Deus do céu!
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Meu Deus,
You're
olha
a new
Hogwarts.
student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be.
Criação de personagem.
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff,
Você vai ser
Ravenclaw, or
sorteado quando você chegar em
Slytherin. After you
Hogwarts,
settle into your
uma das
dormitory,
4
you will
casas.
meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then
Cada
need to
vai
attend
ter uma sala
classes,
comunal.
and you do have some
Olha isso,
catching up to
mano.
do,
As salas
as you were
comunais de
starting
cada
Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, and Potions classes, to name a few.
Ah, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to
Os
year 5
professores
of
da
Charms.
época.
Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Eita! Duelo! Olha que da hora!
You may begin.
Not bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most
Uma
challenging
plataforma
and
tá
hazardous
surgindo.
subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between
aprender a
classes,
fazer
you'll be
poções.
able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
Mano, olha o visual do castelo por dentro.
You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways,
Dungeons e passagens secretas.
as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
Que
You may
da
even find
hora o
yourself in
negócio do
iconic
quadro!
locations you've never been able to explore before.
Olha a cozinha de Hogwarts. Com os elfos.
It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
All in good fun.
Nick
Once
quase
the
sem
pattern, join the
cabeça!
Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. Suffering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum, ones designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Quidditch! Quadribol, mano!
Opportunities for
Aí, ó.
adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn
agora
to
as áreas
master
que-
through your
que a-
schoolwork
os arredores
will
de
soon
Hogwarts.
become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
Rebelião de
Opinions
duendes.
differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful
Ó,
goblins,
o mundo bruxo dessa
and
época era
sinister
bem
witches and
diferente.
wizards, all willing to
Criaturas eram
fight,
corrompidas
even
por uma
kill,
mágica
to achieve their own goals.
desconhecida.
In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you
Ó,
could
tem
get to
uma
the charm
aliança
when
entre
they
os
came to Hogsmeade.
duendes e
But
os
all
bruxos
you
das
needed
trevas.
was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Do you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
Eu acho que tem, ô Lamartine. Usando o feitiço de escudo.
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness. Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes. Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Eita!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic.
E aprender poções e caçar itens e ingredientes para poder aumentar as habilidades mágicas que você já tem.
That will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Meu Deus, usando manda...
In
Meu
Beast
Deus,
class, you will learn
pelúcio!
about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
Meu Deus, afagando a barriguinha do Apel.
All of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broomflight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends.
Algumas habilidades podem ser ensinadas por alguns estudantes que podem se tornar seu amigo. Ou seja, vai ter sistema de relação no jogo. Tipo esses jogos de RPG, tipo The Witcher, você pode ter personagens opcionais que você conhece em side quests, e esses personagens podem se tornar aliados, né?
Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves
E
magical
eles podem te
beasts,
ensinar
connecting with
coisas.
them more easily than with humans.
But what happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again!
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Figs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the room of
Sala
requirement.
precisa. Sala precisa. Olha o efeito da sala precisa aparecendo.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you. Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew
A
potions,
sala
and
precisa vai
upgrade your
aparecer pra
gear.
você em determinado ponto da história e ela vai funcionar tipo como uma sala que vai te oferecer tudo, tipo um lugar pra você cultivar item. Tipo tem no Pokémon isso lá, Martins, você pode...
What is it? Beak isn't sure. Only
Recurso.
one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Meu Deus, eu vou ter que voltar a prestar atenção em tudo isso. Meu Deus, olha esse bicho! Olha o hipogrifo! Além dos muros do castelo, ó,
Not
os
everything you need
arredores,
on your
ó.
journey is available at Hogwarts.
Hogsmeade.
You'll want to visit the nearby
Hogsmeade,
wizarding village
gente.
of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require.
Você vai poder ir até Hogsmeade, comprar ingredientes, comprar recursos. É tipo cidadezinha, a partezinha do mundo que você vai, tipo Red Dead Redemption, lojinha Zelda. E é velho RPG, vou comprar recurso, roupa, personalização. Provavelmente não, Neil Rice. Acho que não teria nem sentido. Pelo menos não agora.
As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual
Mano, olha o
interest.
castelo.
As the school year
Olha
progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the
Vai
sky with lightning
ter
or
período
sunshine,
de estação,
or
tá?
coat the
O
ground
tempo
with
que você
snow
tá em
or
Hogwarts
rain.
vai mudar o ambiente, ó.
Unique wizarding
Tipo
hamlets
Forza
pepper the
Horizon, tá
countryside,
ligado? Que tinha ciclo
each
de
with
estação.
vendors and
O ambiente
residents
vai
who have
mudando de
stories to
acordo com as
tell.
estações.
and missions with which they could use your assistance.
Vai ter sistema de estação no
Be on
jogo,
the
mano.
lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by
Olha, vai ter
mysterious
coisa
dark magic,
relacionada a
while others are
Merlin
at
de
risk of
quando ele
poachers
era
and their
estudante da
traps.
escola.
If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path. Master spells. Befriend new allies.
Ele
Journey
acabou de
across a
usar um Avada
landscape never
Kedavra.
seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be. As you leave your
Merlin das
unique mark
histórias de
on the
Harry Potter,
wizarding world.
o Neil Rise. No universo de Harry Potter, Merlin existe. Ele é
Hogwarts
mencionado,
Legacy.
todo mundo fala o nome dele nos filmes de Harry Potter e nos livros também. Meu Deus, mano. Meu Deus, final do ano! Ai, é período de Natal, lançamento do jogo.
That was your first
É pra
extended look at
novembro.
Hogwarts Legacy. Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
The attention to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as
Mostra o que
fans
que é aquela porra ali na
and
estátua.
give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20 years.
É o que a gente sonhou por 20 anos, realmente.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way. Like, it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts, makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two. Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA
É canônico esse game até a segunda ordem, não, New Horizons. Mas tipo, eles são livres pra fazer o que quiser, porque justamente por isso que eles escolheram uma época bem distante dos acontecimentos dos livros, pra uma coisa não interferir a outra, entendeu? Se passa em 1800.
And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
Eles não mostraram a Floresta Proibida, eles não mostraram todas as regiões.
We were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, you know, in the Wizarding World that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic.
Você vai ser aluno que vai começar no 5º ano de Hogwarts, né? O que não é normal. Você vai ser transferido para ali e você tem uma espécie de magia desconhecida que é adormecida, que há muito tempo não se vê no mundo bruxo. Vai ter lance de decisão moral, tá? Você vai poder se, dependendo das suas escolhas e das suas ações, você vai poder se tornar um bruxo das trevas ou um bruxo bom.
Has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started with rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we start with a new feature, we dig into that. And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Mano, o salão comunal da Corvinal. Hogsmeade, olha a entrada. Olha isso.
On what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece
o salão comunal da Lufa-Lufa, da Sonserina. Olha o salão comunal da Lufa-Lufa, mano. Olha o salão comunal da Lufa-Lufa, que lindo.
Close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names. They'll recognize spells. They'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway. I recognize that classroom.
Ó, vocês vão reconhecer as coisas dos filmes. Vai ter muito lugar novo, original, que não apareceu, coisa que a gente não viu ainda. E vai ter locais familiares que você vai chegar, você vai estar andando no mundo aberto de Hogwarts, é o que eu estou falando, e você vai falar, caralho, eu conheço aquele lugar. Mano, eu já vi aquilo antes. Tipo, vai ser a sensação mágica pra quem, né?
That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry, is really what binds it all.
Mano, olha o castelo no jogo. Olha a torre do relógio. Mano, eu vou viver naquela torre do relógio. Meu Deus, quem tá ansioso pra poder explorar essa porra desse castelo?
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this castle.
Olha esse efeito da passagem secreta do quadro. Ele puxa a imagem do quadro, efeito, aí a porta abre, mano.
And we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Having a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
Cara, a arquitetura, o visual do cenário, cara.
They get as lost in it as I do.
Mano, olha o pra mim,
cara. And all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so
sim,
beautiful.
os cenários, a animação da magia de você transformando o cenário. Nossa.
Get that letter to Hogwarts.
Mano, eu vou querer voar naquela porra daquele hipogrifo, vou ter que voar de vassoura, mano. Olha esse JV.
To actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts legacy.
Esse é o seu legado de Hogwarts, ele falando pra vocês que vão jogar o jogo. Vocês vão criar a sua história. Óbvio, enfim.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
Eles agradeceram basicamente todo mundo que assistiu, que acompanhou, que ficou ansioso pra ver, e nos vemos em Hogwarts.